life, love, relationships.
Wait, we're gonna give away all our secrets?
Welcome to the Man Perspective
With Kane Man.
and the Dawn.
Today on the Man Perspective, we're talking about why is being a stepdad in a relationship a bad thing?
Oh yeah, it's a bad thing. There's no kudo points for being a stepdad, especially when the child is not your biological child. I remember I was in a relationship with this girl, right? And she had a daughter.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of things used to happen, because here it is, I'm a new guy coming into the home, you know what I mean? And she knows who her father is, of course. But of course, mom's is dating, right? So here I come into the household and, trying to feel comfortable. But her little daughter, and her daughter, I think at that time was about 8, 9, or something like that, 9, 10, right?
Yeah.
And she made it real clear, like, I'm in charge. You know how she did that? Like one day I was watching TV, right? Sitting on the couch watching TV. And she comes downstairs, right? Knowing I'm watching the game or something. I'm watching a football game. And she comes downstairs, takes the remote, and changes it and watches her cartoons. And I'm like, I'm watching that, like, this is my house. I watch what I want to watch. This is my TV. I was like, okay, no problem. Right? Made it clear. I mean, she made it real clear that, hey, you're in my house. So another instance I had, right? I'm sitting there watching TV, and here she comes jumping down the stairs, right? You know how they jump down the stairs and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So she started jumping down the stairs, jump every couple steps. And I said to her, darling, I don't think that's a good idea for you to be jumping down the stairs. You know what she said to me?
What?
You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy. Oh, okay. Not your daddy, right? So one day she jumped down the stairs, missed the step, and busted her behind. Rolled all the way down the stairs, hurt herself, hit her head on the banister, the whole 9 yards. Here come the mother, running down the stairs. What happened? She's crying, right? I said, well, she decided she wanted to keep jumping down the stairs. I told her I didn't think that was a good idea. But she turned around and told me, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. So she missed a step and bust her behind. And here she is crying. You know what the mother says to me? Oh, why didn't you stop her? I said I did. I kept telling her I don't think that's a good idea to be jumping down the doggone stairs.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not her daddy.
During this commercial break, don't forget to go to your favorite podcast platform, search for The Man Perspective, subscribe, like, and listen to The Man Perspective with Kane Man
and the Dawn. So that was it. I did my part. You know what I mean? So as a stepdad, not trying to take the dad's place or anything, but coming into a relationship where a woman has a child, that's a very, very challenging thing to try to be a dad. Have you ever been in that type of situation?
I've been in a situation twice where, it's like an illusion of authority and respect, but there really is none. Because especially kids, as they get start to get a little older, beyond the 7-year-old mark, they start to get a little bratty and mouthy.
Yep.
And instead of talking to you like you are like a parental figure, they talk to you like they're your best friend.
Right.
And it's just a weird dynamic. It just kind of comes off like you have no authority. There's absolutely no respect as an adult from
Right.
that kid. And I kind of blame the parents for that because let's face it, parents aren't very good today of instilling in their children to have respect for adults.
Right.
So that's probably where that comes from. But
Hmm.
no, it's just there's no real benefit to being a step parent
Right.
because you kind of get shit on left and right.
Oh yeah.
It-
And the kid talks to you like they're an adult, like they're your equal. You know.
yeah,
And I'm like, you're not my equal. What are you talking about? You're the child. I'm the adult. But they don't see it that way. They see it as you just like me, like
I don't know.
or you beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Yeah,
they're the child, they don't understand those boundaries, and they kind of like, I can do what I want to do. You can't do anything. You know.
exactly.
And it's
Exactly.
tough because, I even told the mother, I said, what you want me to do? You want me to hit your child? You know what I mean? To discipline her? No, 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 don't do that. Just tell me about her, and I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you about now. That's what happened. She, you know what I'm saying? She decided she wanted to jump down the stairs. I told her I didn't think it was a good idea, and she busted behind. And
Yeah.
now she's crying. And at
Yep.
the same time, she told me, before she busted her behind, you can't tell me what to do because you ain't my daddy.
No.
What can I say behind that? You right. I'm not your daddy. So I kept my mouth
Yep.
shut, and she missed a step and busted behind. And you know what I mean? One part of me wanted to laugh, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't want to be or feel childish and get down to that level, but it was kind of comical. There you go. Hey, if you like what we doing, buy us a coffee. And also, hit the like button to subscribe as well. And make sure you go to themanperspective.com. That's right, themanperspective.com. Hit us on our Facebook page, our Twitter, and our Instagram. Themanperspective.com. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't really get that. And then the mother's trying to
Yeah.
understand, like, well, and I'm like, no, you need to discipline your child or let somebody, discipline them and let them know that that's not what you do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing, too. As a stepdad, I don't think a lot of women will let another man, I should say, discipline their child. And that to me is a problem.
I don't know. Well, that's when you get the bratty kids that just kind of go off the rails. Like even the one that was around when I was in a relationship,
Mhm.
he talked to me like I was his best friend. Like we were the same age in the same freaking class, and like every now and then he'd be a little bit of a smart ass, and I would just look at him like, man, you are 2'5" tall. Shut up. Like
Right.
we are not the same age. We are not the same anything. Like I'm 3 times older than you. Shut up.
Right.
Like shut up.
Make it sound like y'all went to college together, right?
Yeah, like we like we're all old frat buddies and graduated the same class. Like, man, shut up.
Right.
Like you're a kid. Just go be a
Right.
kid. Leave me alone. Like shut up.
Right. Right. And it's hard. It's hard to take on that responsibility as a stepdad. And nowadays, you get no brownie points for it. Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean?
you get grief for it. You get
Right.
grief.
You grieve, headache, oh, that's my kid. You can't discipline my kid. Don't tell my kid what to do. Okay. And then they wonder why their kid is still, not doing where they should be. Or, their minds are all messed up because you don't let anybody discipline them, or teach them right from wrong. Like
Yeah.
they always say, it takes a whole village to raise a child. It's not just the
It's
parent.
true.
That's an old African proverb.
Mm.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah,
Meaning
I believe it, too.
everybody has to be involved. Everybody's the mother and daddy of that child. Not just this is my child and you can't tell my child what to do. No. If someone sees your child doing wrong, that's how it was back in the day with me when I was growing up. Shoot, if I did something wrong, man, the neighbor would get me. Other people would get me before I even reach home. That I was getting spanking. You know what I mean? Before I even made it home, you know, that ain't what you do, and you know, and they scolded me then. So by the time I got home, I got another beating because you know I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to do that. But nowadays, shoot, you can't discipline the kid.
Oh,
You
I
know,
know.
you can't
I know.
discipline them. Mother won't let you discipline them. So you know, what's the point of being a stepdad? If you ain't, you know, especially when they're not your children. I get that. You know, when they're not your children, you know, you don't want them to this, but they have to learn, and it takes a whole village for them to learn. You know, it's not
It's
just the
true.
woman, you know, saying I'm the mother and that's it. Nobody can discipline my child because you know in school they would discipline you, right? Teacher
Oh
would
yeah,
discipline you. You know, did something wrong, teacher hit you.
that's true.
Your
Get
neighbor
back
hit
to
you.
school,
Everybody
and
hit you before you get home.
that's right. And then when you get home, you get hit again.
Right.
I
Exactly.
know.
So, but nowadays, being a stepdad, there's no benefit to it. There's no fun to it. You know what I mean? You know,
No.
and then the women actually confine you from doing a lot of things that you need to do, like discipline the child, or really, you know, take that child under the wing, and then getting the child to respect you, because even though the father, the biological father, is not in the home,
No.
that man is in the home, so and he's trying to provide, he's trying to, you know, hold it down where, you know, the father's not there to do what he needs to do, and he's not to say that he's trying to take his place, but he's trying to keep the family unit together. But a lot of
No.
women don't see that.
During this commercial break, don't forget to go to your favorite podcast platform, search for The Man Perspective, subscribe, like, and listen to The Man Perspective with K-Man.
And the dollar. You know, and then the kids definitely don't see that. They see it more as a threat, and you can't tell my kid what to do, you know, and I'm the parent, not you. And when the kid hears that, then they go walk around and say, I can say talk to you any which way I want to, because mama says, yeah, I ain't gotta listen to you. Right? And that's what
Exactly.
happened. You ain't my daddy, so I ain't gotta listen to you. And that is what could break up a relationship when you try to take
Yeah,
up the, you know, be a dad. You know what I mean? So
it is true.
you know, I wouldn't mess with it. But hey, get at us at themanperspective@gmail.com and let us know, um, you know, being a stepdad, you know, that's a heck of a thing being a stepdad. You know, it really is. And you know, in today's society, I could tell you, you know, being a stepdad is tough. It's tough. You don't get no brownie points to it, but it's tough. It's tough on the man perspective. Now you heard our perspective. It's time to hear yours. Get at us at themanperspective@gmail.com.
Or use the hashtag The Man Perspective.